Welcome back to the Premiere Pro Beginner's Guide. In this lesson, we're going to talk about video transitions, what they are, how they work, and when to use them. Hi, I am Marco Maldera. I'm a director, VFX artist, editor, designer, and AI creative. If you'd like to explore more of my work, you can visit my website at marcomaldera.com. Now let's get started. A transition is what happens between two clips. By default, when you cut from one shot to another, you get what's called a hard cut. It's direct, immediate, no visual blending. Sometimes that's exactly what you want. Take a look at this example.
You'll know when it's right. Harvested with care.
In this scene, I wanted to create a strong contrast between the softness of the tequila pouring and the sharp physical action of harvesting the agave plant. So instead of blending those moments smoothly, I used a hard cut. That sudden transition adds impact. It shifts the emotion, and it gives the sequence more rhythm, more energy. By the way, the project you're seeing here is an editing project I created for a spec commercial. The footage itself was generated using Higgsfield's Cinema Studio tool. They invited me to test it, so I used it to build this cinematic concept. If you're curious to see the full commercial, you can find it on my channel under La Espina Tequila Cinematic Spec Commercial. I'll show you where it is. So that's a hard cut, but other times you may want to smooth that change. That's where transitions come in. Premiere Pro comes with a full library of built-in transitions that you can use right away. You can also install additional transition packs or templates if you want more stylized options. That said, transitions are not just technical tools, they're creative decisions. How you use them really depends on the type of project you're editing. If you're working on narrative content, like a short film or a TV show, transitions are often minimal. Most edits are meant to feel invisible, so the viewer focuses on the story rather than the technique. On the other hand, if you're editing for social media, promotional content, or fast-paced digital videos, transitions can help create energy and grab attention. There's no single rule. It depends on context, rhythm, and intention. For now, as beginners, it's important to understand how they work. Later, you'll decide when to use them and when not to. To access transitions, go to the FX panel. If you don't see it, go to Window Effects. Inside the FX panel, open Video Transitions. You'll see multiple folders, but let's start with the most commonly used category. The most popular transition is Cross Dissolve. To apply it, simply drag it onto the cut between two clips. When you play it back, the first clip gradually fades out while the second fades in. You can also apply a default transition by selecting a cut and pressing Command plus D on Mac, Control plus D on Windows. That automatically applies Cross Dissolve. Now here's something important. If you try to apply a transition and Premiere only allows it on one side, it usually means there isn't enough extra footage, what we call handles. If your clip starts exactly at the beginning of the source file, there's no extra material to dissolve from. Transitions need extra frames before or after the cut in order to blend properly. So if you're having trouble, check whether your clip has enough media beyond the cut point. Adjusting transition duration. You're not stuck with the default timing. To adjust the speed, simply drag the edge of the transition in the timeline. Make it shorter for a quicker dissolve, make it longer for a slower, smoother blend. Small timing changes can dramatically affect the emotional tone of your edit. Premiere includes many other transitions, for example, dip to black, dip to white, slide, push, iris. Some are subtle, some are stylized. Personally, I tend to use cross dissolve or dip to black most often. They're clean and professional, but I encourage you to experiment. Open the folders, try different options, see how they feel in context. A quick creative note: transitions should support your story, not distract from it. In most professional editing, less is more. If every cut has a dramatic transition, the viewer starts noticing the effect instead of the content. Use transitions intentionally. Today, you learned what video transitions are, how to apply cross-dissolve, how to fix common transition errors, how to adjust timing, and where to explore other transition options. In the next lesson, we'll explore the text tool and the basics of working with graphics and motion graphics inside Premiere Pro. If you're finding this series helpful, don't forget to subscribe and follow along. It really helps support the work I do. See you in the next class.